Hi everyone, this is Dalia. Today we'll talk about a famous case in France. This case was adapted into a movie, Kalinka. It is about the struggle of Andrew Bambersky to bring justice to his daughter, Kalinka, who died in disturbing circumstances. After 27 years of investigation to hunt down her presumed murderer, Bambersky finally got the killer kidnapped and brought to justice. The story took place in Morocco in 1974. Andrew Bambersky worked as an accountant in Casablanca. This is a very decent job, and the salary is quite good. He lived in a happy family at that time. There was a beautiful daughter named Kalinka. There was also a son and a beautiful wife, Danny. As the psychopath suspect, Dieter Krumbach has a deep background. He working as a doctor in a German consulate. However, the happy life ended when Danny cheated on the daughter, Krumbach. Finally, Bambersky cannot stand his wife's development, one after another. They divorced. 8 years have passed. Children of them were all raised by Bambersky. He has come out of the shadows. His career is also very successful, and also dated a like-minded girlfriend, Celsi. In order to keep children's and mother's relationship, Bambersky sends them to Germany on holiday every year, until the summer vacation in 1982. Kalinka said she wanted to go to Germany to find her mother. Bambersky then sent his daughter on the plane without any thinking. But when he received his daughter's information next time, it broke him down. His daughter dead. According to Dr. Krumbach's word, when he entered the room, the girl was already unaware. He tried to injections, rescue methods such as heart stimulation, but all in vain. Bambersky investigates the cause of his daughter's death. While Krumbach's answer is too unclear, said he didn't know either, and his ex-wife had said nothing throughout, and characteristics. What made Bambersky deeply suspicious was the autopsy report was completely different from Krumbach's word. First of all, there is a hole, bruise on his daughter's arm. She was injected with an illegal drug, iron supplement, before her death, and there are lacerations in her lower body, and a lot of white mucus. When Bambersky wants to learn more, he was told that Krumbach was there at the post-mortem. He prevented further examination by the forensic doctor and didn't ask the police to investigate. Want to burn her body as soon as possible. Bambersky immediately realized his daughter did not die accidentally, obviously died after being sexually assaulted. So in 1983, Bambersky sued Krumbach for rape and murdered his own daughter in Munich court. But his daughter's biological mother, Danny, believes in Krumbach's character, refused to appear in court, and plus, due to insufficient evidence, the case was not accepted. In 1985, Bambersky found a lawyer team who specialized in multinational lawsuits. He wanted France to retry the case and finally attracted the attention of the French government. However, when the investigation was started, it was discovered that the internal and external genitalia of her daughter, Kalinka, had both been removed. The only evidence is gone. Well, thank God. In the end, Krumbach was convinced of rape and murder by Franz Kant. But because Krumbach is protected by German law, he refused to appear in court, and the case just ended. Until 1987, people finally started sampling the body. They found Kalinka was Mendelssohn syndrome. She was choked by her own vomit, then suffocated to death. There are only two possibilities for this situation. The first one, severely frightening. The second one is caused by injection of drugs to cause coma. The judge summoned all relevant personnel to make a record again. However, Bomberski's ex-wife Danny still insisted that Campuchia would never do such a thing like that. How speechless! Thank God, 2 years later, French court finally convinced of murder, sentenced to 50 years in prison for Campuchia. It took Bomberski 13 years in exchange for the current result. But because Germans refused to extradition Campuchia, and France does not want to undermine the diplomacy between the two countries, Campuchia can still get away with it, an endangered world. 2 years later, Campuchia raped a little girl of the same age as Bomberski's daughter in German and raped her in the same way. But Campuchia was only sentenced to 2 years in prison, in addition to prohibiting work in Germany. Even did not resist his prisoner freedom. What surprised me is, when Bomberski told his ex-wife the result of the trial, she defended Campuchia on the grounds of romance and charm. She even said that all the girls voluntarily to have sex with him. I can't believe that she can say such a thing. She is a woman, and Kalinka was her daughter. Without any choice, Bomberski began to write to the French Minister of Justice time and time, again to question and accuse. But what he got is repeated errors and rejections. Can't stand for Bomberski. His girlfriend broke up with him, disappointed. And lawyers, because of Germany's strong diplomacy, also ready to abandon the prosecution, and the beliefs that there is no need for Bomberski to insist. 20 years have passed. Bomberski became gray-haired and hungered, and the justice never seems to come. After breaking up, Bomberski put all his mind on chasing the murderer. He closed his accounting firm, sold out the property, and go to Germany alone. After finding Campuchia's home, Bomberski chose to hire a few kidnappers to kidnap him back to France. Finally, Campuchia, who was taken to France, sentenced to 15 years in prison. Bomberski was sentenced to a year in prison for kidnapping and other charges. This monologue of Bomberski shows his thoughts: heavy, unwilling, deeply in love. I kept my promise. I never gave up this battle. I fought for you, although the road is rough, sacrificed a long time, but I have no regrets. Today, you are 44 years old. I miss you so much, my dear. To revenge, 30 years. Graceful man to gray-haired old man, spanning 3 countries. Spent all his savings. People gave up. Own son doesn't understand. Even betrayed as a lunatic by his ex-wife. No matter what happened, did not stop the man's pace. 30 years for one thing, for one love, for own daughter. He even gave up his life just to find the truth. Probably only family affection can do so. This is Dahlia. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos, and also click the little bell for more interesting videos. Thanks again. Bye.